Okay, this is really weird. I actually came across this video on the old TikTok, and I like immediately scrolled past it. But then somebody sent it to me to look at it for content, so I'm like, you know what, let's watch it. And there's a reason I scrolled past it. I believe, and again, I just got uncomfortable and moved on. This is a video about a day in the life of them being an Israeli person. Well, I said that really weird. And then doing a day in the life war edition. A typical woman, I guess. I don't know. Why would you do this? Like, why? What an aesthetic. Am I right, guys? Oh, my Lord. What an aesthetic. Let's see what we got here.
This is a day in my life, We're at War edition.
It's
After hearing that there was a major lack of gluten-free, celiac-safe food at army bases across the country.
Oh, no, there's not enough gluten-free, low celiac food. Oh, man. I got some silly for them to yak. I don't know. My jokes are horrible today.
We got together with a gluten-free bakery in Jerusalem to make sure those soldiers got fed. On our way to the bakery, the city of Jerusalem felt eerie and empty.
Maybe it's because there's a war.
We immediately started baking breads, cookies, and cakes to deliver across the country to different soldiers, thanks to volunteers who offered to drive for us.
Wow, nice.
We quickly understood that we were running out of flour and that we would need to find more and lots of it if we were going to be able to continue to bake.
Yeah, well, good thing your grocery store is fully packed. This doesn't look like you guys are in any struggle. I'm not trying to be rude, but like this, you'd think that, oh, if things are so bad, it's a war edition. The aisles are packed, bro, especially with water. That's my thing. Like when I look here, it looks like, oh, is that not water? Maybe I'm not interpreting this the right way. It looks like water to me. That looks like water. Maybe I'm wrong. But for me, like, water is number one. If your shelves are packed with water, then like you're fine, right? That's the first thing to go off the shelves.
Going to be able to continue to bake. Even the largest supermarket in Jerusalem had no gluten-free flour on its shelves, but
they're out of gluten-free flour. How many fucking do Jewish people have like gluten allergies or something? I don't understand.
Thankfully, they allowed us to go into their machzan and we found what we needed. We were able to continue our work for the day, but we knew that we wouldn't be able to get through the next without a lot more flour. We finished packaging up all of the bags for the night, and we decided to call it a day so that we could have enough energy to do it all again the next.
Wow, that's beautiful. What is this?
I'm so incredibly grateful that Shar was willing to donate 50 kilos of flour and get it to us within a day so that
the fuck is a kilo in American? Like, what is happening here?
We could continue baking for the soldiers. Thanks to your donations, we've gotten to over 400 soldiers, and we will continue baking for as long as is necessary.
Oh, maybe you could bake something for the Palestinian refugees that are getting displaced by the fucking war. Okay, listen, here's my thing. Regardless of what side that you lie on, and I'll tell you at the end of the video, for those of you who don't know, why make this? This is ridiculous. Why would you ever make this video? This is literally, let's do a fucking war aesthetic video. And that's crazy, but you want to know what? If it wasn't this war, it was going to be another one. Okay, let me tell you something. This is the TikTok generation. There was never going to be a war. Like, this was a matter of time before this happened. Somebody like, uh-oh, there's a war going on. Let me show you my daily routine as bombs cascade from the fucking sky and rain down upon me. Vengeance has struck. LOL, can't find gas. Teehee. Guess I'm not making it to work. Like, that's the aesthetic that you were going to see. Literal war aesthetic video. This is what was going to happen. You guys know it was going to happen. It's fucking incredible. And I'm literally shitting and farting on my pants. This is fucking wild, dude. A war aesthetic video is crazy. Anyway, there's a couple of call-outs of this person. Let's see what they have to say.
This is a day in my life, We're at War edition. After hearing that
we're in our war era.
There's a major lack of gluten-free, celiac-safe food at army bases across the country. We got together with a gluten-free bakery in Jerusalem to make sure those soldiers got fed.
No. This can't be the same people going, but what about the babies? But what about the children, the poor loss of life?
Well, it's one fucking moron. It's not every Jewish person ever to exist. So let's not go that disproportionate.
This can't be the other side to this conflict.
Literally the war. Like, you've talked for 5 seconds and you're almost as bad as her. No, you can't do that. You don't get to generalize. That would, like, literally, I don't know if everybody's heard this, but there's people who do that to black people too. Those are bad people. You can't do that to them. You could disagree. You could be on the Palestinian side. That's perfectly fine. You do you. I understand. It's very complicated. And people are like, no, it's not. It is. It's very complicated. It's ridiculously complicated. And I'm just going to give you my perspective now. We're going to move on. I don't give a fuck. Okay? This is the complicated issue. 2,000 years ago, the Jews were kicked out of their homeland of Jerusalem, right? Then 1940s, like 1948, I believe, is when they got that. Like they were put into that land. It was post World War II. I believe it had something to do with that because Jews were constantly attacked for a long time. There was no active country or state in the area at the time. There was constantly different people taking over the area. There wasn't a lot very well defined anything, and so like yeah, and there are people who were displaced, and that's really shitty. You know, you could talk about how at the time there weren't as many Jews. Like they probably shouldn't have gotten so much land considering the population was so low. But hey, like bad things happen. So you have the Jews displaced, then you have like Muslim people who are also displaced. They want to have their own state of Palestine. You know, there's an argument for both sides. Over time, it seems like the Jews, Israel has been taking over more land. I think that that's inappropriate. There should be strict boundaries and borders that are drawn to let each person, like each side, have their own really state. Very complicated situation. You know, and I understand why people are on both sides. I mean, the Gaza Strip is basically a ghetto in my understanding, and that a bunch of Muslim people are forced to stay in. I think that that's bad of the Israeli government. At the same time, like they're only letting some people in and out. I understand why, because Hamas is a terrorist organization that was elected and it hasn't allowed new elections, right? It's very complicated. There's a lot. There's victims on both sides. In a magical, beautiful, perfect world, we would just let everybody live in harmony and peace. Oh, what a beautiful thing. The reality is we don't live there. Right? We don't. We would hope that there is a peace agreement that comes to the table, and it seems like Israel comes to the table with it, but I don't even know how good that peace agreement is. And so maybe Hamas is, or maybe the Palestinian people are turning it down because it's a shit agreement. Maybe they're turning it down because they never want any peace. I mean, if you look at Hamas, they're constantly saying they want to kill all the Jews. Like that's just a thing that Hamas wants to do. They're a terrorist organization. It's not good. Okay. It's hard. Like there's good and bad people on both sides. I know that's so easy to say. As far as my opinion, who I sided with more, Israel, of course, because when you cut through everything, well, you're asking me to pick between two different ice cream cones full of hair, and you want to know which one I'm going to choose? I'm going to choose the one with sprinkles on it, and the sprinkles to me are equal rights. There's more equality in Israel than there is under Hamas. That's just a fact. I don't really know what to tell you. That's how I feel. There's more access to rights to men, women, children, LGBTQ people in Israel. And that is something that I value a lot as somebody from the West. Very much. That is like the number one thing I value, right? So I'm going to choose that side always because that's my value. And you might be like, well, that's really shitty. Is it? Is it shitty that my values say like I prioritize like equality? Weird that you'd think that that's such a small thing. It's not. Are things perfect in Israel? Of course not. But they're better for the people. I know this is a complicated issue and topic, but that's the reality, okay? And it's a really unfortunate reality that, like Western countries, they don't have they're generally better, in my opinion, when it comes to the way that they treat people. You know, it's not because of the religion. Our country, there are a lot of religious, I would argue, almost zealots that want to regress the country and take away rights from women, take away rights from women, LGBTQ people, etc., with the justifier of religion, using Christianity as a justifier. It's a fundamental religion problem. But people in these like Eastern countries use religion over there as well to take away people's rights. So religion, not great. I understand that Jewish people, that's a religion too. But again, the country aligns more with our Western values. And I that's what I appreciate more than anything else. That's my justifier for it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There's my take. Either way, you shouldn't be making these weird generalizations where you see like one person. Like generalizing isn't inherently bad because you can view some things, but we're not talking about, you generalize from a systemic perspective, right? You don't generalize based on one idiot in a video making it a war aesthetic TikTok. So
conflict. It just can't be. Like, take religion out of this for a second, which I know is going to be hard to do, but
then it's over. Then if you took religion out of it, there'd be no conflict.
with me here and think about the human-to-human factual interaction that just took place.
Sure.
Like, let's compare.
Somebody went to a grocery store.
Privilege here. She cuts on her phone, which is charged because she has electricity. Sure. Decides to make a day in the life war edition.
True.
Crazy thing to say. Scoot on down to her local bakery, still standing, proceed to make cookies and bread for soldiers who made sure that none of these things are true for like a whole population of people.
Maybe, I don't know. I think the war is, again, it's like it's a fight between two different opposing forces. Like, I mean, like again, Hamas is the problem. Well, I mean, there's the problem. I mean, Hamas was created because of Israel. Israel was created because they were kicked out of their homeland. It's a very complicated stuff, but sure. I don't know why I'm kidding.
Oh shoot,
Okay.
I'm out of gluten-free, celiac-friendly flour.
Sure.
Scooted to the supermarket, also still standing with its lights on, produce, food, and resources inside.
Sure.
Looks for said flour, gets it, goes back to said bakery and bakes, packages it for giveaway.
I mean, I would just focus on the fact that, like, I feel like gluten-free products are are like the product of a very privileged society. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
And then goes, gotta do it again tomorrow. Whoa, war's hard. This cannot be but what's happening on both sides is horrific crowd. It cannot be. Because
It is.
the other side of this, the actual Palestinian people are dying out in droves. Whole family bloodlines are being removed from the registry. I cannot stress that enough.
Let's see. There was like, I believe that so far there were like around 1,200 Israeli casualties and 2,700 Palestinian casualties. Okay, I guess. I just okay. I mean, this person is going to be pro-Palestine. I just feel like the problem that I have with a big problem I have with all of the conflict between Israel and Palestine is that you're never, ever, ever going to get accurate, unfiltered information from an objective source of what's going on. We already know that throughout the entirety of history that there was always an influence from either side interpreting what's happening in their best favor. Oh, this person's a militant. This person's a terrorist. This person did this and it's good. This person reclaimed their land. This person stole our land. You're never going to get unfiltered, objective commentary ever. The bias is going to come through. It might be small. It might be small, but it's still there. And so when it comes to this Israel-Palestine conflict, you're never getting accurate information. It's just not ever going to happen. Now, you can get less biased information. This person is obviously more biased than anything else. You can get less biased information, but it just doesn't exist. You're never going to get it. You're never going to make a 100% positively informed decision for yourself. You just can't. You just don't know. You're never going to know 100% what's going on. It's just a reality.
What that means. They are running out of food and water and electricity.
Sure.
They are
they've stopped the import of goods into there for the most part. They're trying to cut them off, and the idea is if they cut the goods off and they can starve them out, they'll give up. That's generally the idea.
that is happening in real time and trying to say goodbye. And those who are not saying goodbye are telling us, call our representative.
I'm not saying to watch the stream, but at the beginning of the last H3 podcast, Ethan and the crew talk about how no matter what you say, people jump down your throat and process something. Yeah, of course. You have to. It's people. Yeah, people do that all the time. Hey, thank you so much for the 8-month sub. Jesus Christ, nice name. Hey, Pop, I came from TikTok because your voice sounded very familiar. I have a clip from Dota 2 that I believe you'll want to see before it reaches the internet for the people who have this video. Sounds awesome. I don't know what you're talking about. Why do you always come in here and pretend that you're somebody who isn't an 8-month sub for a large gut? Like, what are you talking about?
Call our senators and tell them we don't need anything political. We just need them to get Israel to stop bombing us because they have dropped more bombs in the last week than they did for the entire 2014 conflict. The whole year in 1 week. Like human.
Sure. And again, my understanding is that they're trying to get they're telling the civilians in the Gaza Strip to get out, and they're dropping bombs. The intention is to destroy the footholds of Hamas. Right? I'm not saying it's okay, but it's something to keep in mind. They're not intentionally trying to kill people. They're warning people to get out. Now, is it easy for them to get out? Probably not. Hamas has some control over whether those people can or can't leave. But then on top of that, I think that there's only one exit right now. and I could be wrong, from what I understand, from the Gaza Strip to like Egypt, so they're not even letting them into their own country, and I think that we should be sending Israel money for them to set up humanitarian camps or whatever you want to call them that media can access, because that's a big deal for Palestinian people that are displaced. I don't think that's happening. I could be wrong, but that should be something that has to happen. I don't know why it's not. I think it should definitely be something. We do that, right? They should have to do that as well. You might argue, well, Hamas might infiltrate. You're right. There's never going to be a perfect solution. But I think that would be a good first step.
Human to human. Do you know how sick you have to be to not just go out of your way to make sure that you have gluten-free, celiac-friendly bread for those committing a genocide, but to post it online like we're going to sympathize? If you haven't
Yeah, it definitely is a stupid thing to post.
already, it's time to end that whole both sides are doing harm argument, because it makes no sense.
Well, it's true, but okay.
There's the oppressed who is actively being wiped out in a
They're not, but okay.
genocide.
No. Again, if Israel wanted to wipe them, again, they're telling people to evacuate. They're not trying to genocide people. Okay, so let's just be clear. You're saying it's wrong. You're being dumb. But again, this is the leftist takes, and there's no pushback on it from any other people on the left. So you can say whatever you want, basically.
And begging us to do anything to stop it. And the oppressor who is watching this happen and baking celiac-friendly, gluten-free.
I just find it so interesting that, like, no matter what, again, I understand being on the Palestinian side, but no matter what, now the Jews are the oppressors. Are you fucking? That's crazy. I don't think Jewish people have ever not been oppressed, whether they were slaves during Egypt or they were being holocausted. And now, like, here's the thing. Now they're trying to gain land. And now they're the oppressor. It's fucking crazy. Jewish people just cannot catch a goddamn break. Like, Jesus. They're telling people to evacuate. Is it perfect? No. But to sit here and to say that they're trying to genocide people, it's just crazy, man. It's just fucking crazy. This is disproportionate.
Free bread for the people doing the genociding.
Okay, great.
This isn't equal.
Gotcha. Thanks for that really woke take. Thanks for the woke virtue signal. Okay, crazy. Let's see what this criticism is.
War Edition. After hearing that there was a major lack of gluten-free, celiac-safe food at army bases across the country.
Yeah.
Is that real?
Yeah, it is real. You get it because it's from Israel, so it is real. I'm gonna let that joke sink in because it was funny, and if you don't think so, then you're anti-Semitic.
This gotta be a joke. Gluten-free for you.
Yeah.
You don't have to get your gluten-free bagel. Because
Is there subtitles for this video?
I know most of y'all motherfuckers are from Brooklyn anyway. Y'all aren't even from Palestine. So, like, makes sense to fucking me. You know,
What? I think that person was living in Palestine or Israel.
buildings are,
Yeah, they're getting destroyed.
crashing down and killing children.
Sure. Some of them, again, they were told to evacuate, so.
Like, that's happening.
Yeah.
And you're worried about your gluten intake? I don't give a fuck if you're celiac.
Who watches this and is like, wow, this is just a genuine display of emotion. This is like the most forced, annoying bullshit ever. At least the other person's video was took what they were saying seriously. I could tell that they meant what they said, even if I disagreed with what they said. This person's just floundering. 3 minutes. I got to get there, you know?
Eat fucking a vegetable.
True.
I'm not a
eat,
victim.
Eat and fuck a vegetable, I think. Why not? That's why cucumbers are made.
I feel no pity for you. I only feel rage for you. You want the gluten-free bagel lifestyle? Get the fuck out of Palestine. Because I don't think that's where you're going to find it.
Yeah. So I think they're calling it Palestine intentionally, saying that like even Israel is considered Palestine. I think that's the argument.
And in the meantime, give back the keys to the house that you stole.
To the whip. Give me back the keys to the whip.
That would be like, if you were a good person.
Well, I mean, Britain really stole it, I think. Britain kind of stole it. Britain was kind of the bad guy who stole it. Britain was the guy who stole it. My understanding was back then there was really no hard to find lines. There was constantly different Muslim entities fighting over land battles in the Palestine area, and then Britain came in and said, "Hey, we got a cool whip, we got a Cadillac," and they took it over with Cadillacs. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And then they gave that to the Jewish people, sometime after World War II, after a lot of them were murdered. Yeah.
Person, which I really don't think you are, that would be nice. But let's say you are a good person, you really just love...
You know what we should do? This is what... Okay, listen. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I think I finally figured out how we can make peace in the Middle East-ish area. Okay? This is what we need to do. Britain gave the land to the Jews. So, what we do is you scoop up a big chunk of the Holy Land into like a sky port, like a big crane, just like the Jerusalem part for the Jews, for their Holy Land. Or maybe you just give them some dirt, and then you just put them into Britain and kick all the British people out. Because what the fuck is the point of Britain anyway? What the hell are they doing over there? Oh, I got some beans and crumpets. Oh, I got some Chinese. Oh, I got some real delicious Chinese. Oh, I really like these noodles. And they're chewing and not fully chewing their food before swallowing. Like, what the fuck is the point of Britain anymore? You guys don't do anything. You're not a threatening power. You guys used to be like, oh, look at us. You're going to have to pay us 2% tea tax. We said, fuck you. Look at us now. You guys couldn't exist without our fucking indomitable military presence. Not even kidding. So what the hell is the point? Get those guys, put them somewhere in, like, Antarctica or Alaska. There's plenty of room over there. Move them to Alaska, and then put the Jews in England. Make that the new Jerusalem. I don't think it's a bad idea. We don't need British people anymore. Anyway, is anyone going to be upset? Oh, the Queen. Well, she's not even alive. Not even alive. What's she going to do? They spend half their tax. Oh, hey guys, I'm British. Look at my military. My guard's not allowed to react to people bothering them. Oh, this is so cool. Look at this shiny helmet. Oh, I'm so scared by the British guy with the shiny. You look like a fucking Lego action figure. Get the fuck out of here. You think that's scary? Oh, I'm not going to talk. That makes me intimidating. Okay, I didn't talk till I was 12. I have autism. I'm just kidding. Listen, but it's like, oh my God, so scary you won't talk to me. That's what I want. I don't want you to talk to me. That's pathetic. Literally, in my opinion, no offense, Britain is the most pathetic country in the world. I'm not trying to be rude. I just don't get it. So, I'm not trying to be mean or rude or anything. I know I respect British people, but I don't respect your government. You still have a queen. Oh, Donald Trump's such a bad guy. He wanted to stay in power. True, but you pay taxes to a royal family that provides you zero value. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh my God. What the fuck? You're going to criticize me for my Donald Trump? I'll take Trump over Queen fucking Bingle Pop the Fourth any day. I don't give a shit. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, the entire British Army's going to come after me? The police force in Long Island alone could fucking eradicate, okay, the fucking British Army. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I wonder how much money we send them. Bro, we spend like apparently spend like $31 billion a year in the United Kingdom. I don't know if that's real. What is this? A total of 50 billion equivalent, whatever. Oh, this is from a different time. I'm talking about it now. I don't care. That's all I'm saying, dude. That's all I'm saying. Their army is 120,000 people. Oh, wow. How many people in U.S. Army? Let's see. 1.3 million. Oh, 100. How many people in Britain Army? There's only 76,000. What are you talking about? There's reserves. That doesn't count. Shut up. How big? How many people in New York police? There's 40,000 police officers in New York alone. Oh, half of your army is my state. Are you fucking kidding me? What are you gonna do? Oh, we're gonna come here. New York and New Jersey and Connecticut. You're done. What do you have? What are you talking about? What are you gonna do about it, pussy? 3 of my states is all of you. You're done. You're done. Try to get across the water. What are you going to do? Because guess what? Our Navy's better too. Oh, the British Navy used to be something people are afraid of. Now it's like a Disney has bigger boats than the British military. Disney fucking land, not even world. Disneyland. The cruise ships, the Disney cruise ships are more formidable fucking presences than the British. Do you understand what I'm saying right now? Do you understand what I'm saying right now? I'm telling you that fucking Mickey Mouse commanding the fucking Snow White and the Seven Dwarves Disney week-long cruise line extravaganza is equal to your own fucking warships. What the fuck? It's crazy. It's crazy. So, I don't know what to tell you. Disney has lightsabers now. Disney has lightsabers. That's all I'm telling you right now. The British are going to cancel me? No way. Nobody respects British people. What? Oh, they're going to cancel. Who? My own British audience is like, this guy's so right. You're thinking about moving to America. You would if you could. And you know that's true. You know it's true. And you're welcome. Come on over here because we're kicking you out. We're kicking you out and we're giving the land to the Jews. Sorry. That's how we get peace in the Middle East. Or the Palestinians can have it. I don't really care. So that's what's going to happen. So you better be fucking ready for it, dude. You better be ready.
Gluten-free. You are really worried about the gluten-free society of Palestine. Are you shipping them?
Yeah.
To Gaza? Maybe they want some fucking gluten-free bagels too.
Okay. Sure.
That's very Islamophobic of you. I don't know. It's giving Islamophobia to me.
See, she's just matching the energy of the war video, of the war aesthetic video.
You're only making bagels for the Jewish population?
Who would have thought that the Jews would make food for the Jews in a wartime? Wow. What a fucking... Holy shit. You got us. You got... Hey. You got them. You got them.
What about the Muslim population?
Well, you know, I think they think they're at war with some Muslim people, so they're probably not thinking like, well, you know, it's a war, bro. Like, I feel like we're so entitled. We're just not understanding war.
But some of them are also have celiac disease.
Maybe.
Are you sending it over?
Yeah, they're sending it over in fucking missiles. Well, what do you think? I don't know. Probably not.
Oh shit! You can't because you bombed all the fucking roads. Fuck.
Not all of them. Mostly just specific spots where it's thought that Hamas is at. But, okay.
How are you gonna get the fucking gluten-free bagels to Gaza? Maybe. I mean, maybe you can ask one of the IDF aircrafts that is just throwing up fucking bombs. Mm-hmm. That like maybe it's like in between the bombs. They could. It should be like bomb, bagel, bomb.
Sure.
I think that would be nice.
Okay.
I think that would be nice. Also, Israel is not at war. A war actually means like both parties have an army. The Palestinians have no army.
I mean, listen, then Hamas shouldn't have started killing Jewish people if they didn't have an army to back it up. I don't know what you want me to tell you. I'm not trying to be mean, but
newsflash.
Palestine's full of Christians too. Is that true? I guess I didn't know that. That's my ignorance. Let me look that up. Oh, let me not. What am I doing? Okay. Oh no, I messed that up so bad. Sizing of my thing. Are there Christians in Gaza? Because this is mostly Gaza. This has nothing to do with the West Bank, right? Am I wrong? Christian Palestinians conducted religious services. How many Christians Gaza? Yeah, I guess we should call them Palestinians instead of Muslims, because there's more than one. I don't know how many Palestinian Christians there are. Interesting.
But Israel has the terrorist organization, the IDF.
No, the Hamas is the terrorist organization.
So it's not. That's just look up the definition of war.
Okay.
And then you'll see that that is not the case for you, Bagel Girl. So
probably could have just called her Bagel. But okay.
Nah.
Yeah, okay. That was interesting. Again, I think that the whole wartime aesthetic thing was dumb, insensitive, and it's just really just shows, it puts a mirror to us as a society that's willing to make really insensitive, disgusting videos like that. But, you know, I saw it coming, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So, that's that.